David Bowie has an enormous cock. How do I know this? Labyrinth! Let's not even get into the wisdom of putting a then 39-year-old David Bowie as a love interest to a 15-year-old Jennifer Connelly. I'm pretty sure Jim Henson's mission in life is to warp the minds of children everywhere. Other evidence of this can be seen in the long history of inappropriate guests for Sesame Street. Katy Perry, Billy Idol, Johnny Cash. So here's what happens. Jennifer Connelly is a brat, and she's got a stepmom that makes her babysit. Boo-hoo! It's very Cinderella, except Cinderella isn't likable in this story. Why, you may ask? Well, because she summons a bunch of goblins to take her baby brother away. Wait, what the fuck? Goblins? They're the only normal part of the whole movie. They're Jim Henson puppets, and they're really, really cool. If not entirely politically incorrect. I mean, goblin alone isn't really that kosher anymore. They prefer the term munchkin, or midget. So then Jennifer suddenly decides that she loves the brother she gave up to the goblins, and decides to go through a giant, labyrinthine, Alice in Wonderland, batshit crazy maze to a castle designed by M.C. Escher when he was in his interior designer phase. But then, you know, this was the 80s. Children's movies really had no rules whatsoever back then. Which is why David Bowie plays the bisexual king of the goblins. In tight, tight pants. Possibly the tightest pants ever. And then there's musical numbers, where David Bowie shakes the baby crazily while dancing with the goblins. That's dangerous. I wouldn't let my baby do that. There's even a line in this song that says, "Slap that baby, make him free." My jaw hit the floor. Of course, I suppose if Bowie strikes out with Jennifer Connelly, he can always just have sex with the baby. Isn't it, like, kind of demeaning for, like, a glam rock icon / male sex object to wind up doing a kid's movie? Isn't that like being put out to pasture when you hit middle age? And then there's this guy, Hoggle. It's kind of like a bumbling, fun character sidekick puppet thing. And he pisses. Multiple times on screen. He also kills fairies with poison. And then there's this trapdoor that leads to a pit full of disembodied, groping hands. Did I mention Connelly is still underage? This list of insane shit gets worse and worse through the movie. There's the tribal warriors who attack each other with fetus monsters on the end of a stick. There's these blood-drenched pyromaniac birds that take out their own eyes and then eat them, and then play hacky-sack with each other's heads. They're also vaguely Jamaican, or something? Not sure if racist. And then there's this place called the Bog of Eternal Stench, which is a bunch of anuses in swamp water. Goody. Then David Bowie has a magical date rape drug that affects memory. There's a dog that is a knight that rides another dog as its steed. So he's kind of like enslaving his own people there. And then there's the fact that as Jennifer Connelly goes through it, she actually becomes a worse person by learning to abuse other people. And the lesson really is, life isn't always fair. I only wish I was making all of this up and it was just a crazy dream. But no, this is a movie that exists. So eventually all this weirdness is wrapped up by some kind of crappy Deus Ex Machina ending that doesn't really matter, because it's not about the plot. The plot is just a thinly veiled way to get David Bowie doing weird things and just a surreal acid trip of a movie out. And that's what children's entertainment in the 80s really was. An excuse to expose kids to the most messed up crazy shit there is. So to check out some of the other crazy shit I do, you can check out my website, bendoesthings.com. The link is down there if you're on YouTube. There's also links to everything I talked about, including Sesame Street clips that I talked about. There's my Twitter and Facebook down there too. And hey, if you like this video, leave a comment or a video response. Hit thumbs up, it's in one of these corners. And subscribe. And just for my last video, if you want to watch that, it's right there, so you can just click that. For my next video when it's up, you can click right here, and for my main channel, you can click right here. So until next time, folks, get the hell out of my camera.